welcome. Today I'm going to give you a build guide. It's a first look because it's not quite finished, but a build guide for my crowd control tank field commander build. There's a few things that I'm going to be changing in the future, so this isn't a permanent build guide. This is just for the skills that I have now, what I have set. You can find me, Mexecutioner, at twitch.tv/Mexecutie. That's M3X1CUTIE. Go ahead and follow me on Twitch if you'd like. So let's get started. So I like to have all my buffs and all of my survivability on one tree, on one skill set, right? I've got the Dragon's Leap, the Ferocious Leap that gives me damage mitigation for 103% of my health. Then I have this bolster. Let me go and look at my skills so I'm not telling you the wrong thing. Make sure I give you the right form. So for my one hand and one shield abilities, I have Heroic Slash, and that's just because I want to be spamming my Ferocious Leap. That keeps me in the battle, that keeps me alive. I'm going to be taking a lot of damage out there on the battlefield, and what you need to do is use Ferocious Leap to shield you from taking any more damage, while simultaneously popping your Green Dragon's Blood, which gives you more stamina and more health, a nice health boost at that, so you can use Heroic Slash more to keep yourself alive with your Ferocious Leap, which, like I said before, absorbs 103% of your max health and damage over 6 seconds. That's going to keep you alive. Those 6 seconds are crucial. So, furthermore, I have Corrosive Armor set as my other ult. That's just basically a stamina refill. If I'm out on the battlefield and it's not too serious, I just pop this. You get 100% of the enemy's armor ignored, little flame damage to nearby enemies, so it's a little AoE, and you get damage cap. You get a damage, basically mitigation, which is sort of important, but it's not that fantastic compared to Dragon's Leap. So I'm going to go ahead and go down this tree really quickly. For my bow tree, it's all crowd control. It's all there for the support of my teammates. I've got 24 people behind me in a large group that are about to swarm over my enemies. So if I've got people coming at me, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to drop this little guy on the ground. That's a trap beast. And then whoever gets the lucky contestant who gets dropped in there, he's going to get hit with my snipe. But the snipe skill has been morphed, right? And that's going to be focused aim. The mark increases the range in which the enemy can be hit, and so that's for the casters, that's for anybody who's using a bow. And it also afflicts the enemy with minor fracture, which reduces their armor by 936. That's crucial. That's so crucial. I also usually have Bombard set as my L1. So that is going to root the enemy, immobilize them for 3 seconds unless they want to use their stamina to roll out of it. Costs a lot of stamina. It also reduces their movement speed regardless for 5 seconds. More crowd control. That's all I'm about right now. So eventually, I'm gonna replace my trap beast. I'm gonna replace the trap beast because even though it does magic damage and it lasts for 24 seconds, which is fantastic, I would much rather use Caltrops as soon as my assault hits level 6, which is fairly soon. It's got amazing range, amazing crowd control, so that's what I'm going to be replacing with. So normally before I go into a keep, whenever we're sieging the outside, before the wall even opens, I've got all my guys trained. I'm like, all right, before we rush in, go ahead and pop your buffs. So I've got the immovable. Where's that? That is a heavy armor skill that has been morphed. Where are you, heavy armor? And you basically get major resolve. All my heavy armor bonuses are here because my heavy armor is at 50, right? So I've got all these heavy armor bonuses on top of removable. You get granted immunity to knockback and disabling effects. That's huge. You're a freight train. You're unstoppable. That means anyone else is being crowd controlled, you can help them. And usually it's like unstoppable happens, and then you go straight into dragons. That's usually what I'll do. I'll open one of these and I make sure that this is up at all times. I'm not exactly sure how long it lasts. Let me go look. Unstoppable lasts for 20 seconds, so you're going to be popping that every 20 seconds or so. Maybe 15 if you feel like it. It doesn't really cost that much as far as stamina goes. So there's that. And you're gonna be bouncing between these. But mostly, I like to use the sword and the shield, because having this shield in front of you mitigates a lot of damage. It costs a little bit of stamina, but at the same time, it keeps you alive, which is important. So we've got that. We've got this here, makes you all nice and shiny. That skill is a one hand, one shield skill called Absorb Magic. Bolster your defenses. Heal yourself up to 14% of your max health whenever you're basically deflecting the projectiles. And then the morph I got was Absorb Magic. While slotted, the amount of damage you can block is increased by 8%, and the cost of the blocking reduced by 8%, which is pretty good. So you got the Absorb Magic. I'm looking into Power Bash. I don't know what the morphs are yet. I probably won't pick that up. Heroic Slash is going to be the main thing that you're spamming with this, because you want to keep your Dragon's Leap coming. Your Dragon's Leap is what keeps you in the fight. You walk in, you hit him with that little slash. That's the whole point of it being there. The whole point of this is so you can have Dragon's Leap and stay alive and mitigate damage and mitigate damage. Eventually people will start focusing, you realize you're not going down. Once again, this corrosive armor here, this is just a stamina refill, a health regain. It's not gear for anything flashy, aside from the fact that it helps you ignore 100% of the enemy's armor, which is pretty darn good, I'd say. But eventually, I'm going to be replacing that with Dawnbreaker, right? Whenever I get home from work tonight, I'm going to be farming the rest of my fighter skill. And this does great damage, and having it slotted gives you a nice little damage regain, and whenever you pop it, you get health, magicka, and stamina back, which is pretty cool. So I'm going to be replacing it with Dawnbreaker. Plus the animation looks cooler. It's just, that's going to be my new oh shit button, and I probably won't be using it as much as Dragon anyway. So you've got crowd control, and that's all it's about. This little shield bash that I use, it's my, where is it? The shielded assault, that's for rushing an enemy. You do decent damage, but you stun them and you knock them down. You also absorb damage over 6 seconds. That's the morph that I use. It gives you just a little tiny damage mitigation. That's what this whole thing is about. Whenever you're in trouble, you go ahead and pop your green dragon's blood. You're not using that much magicka. I'm a stamina based everything. This costs magicka, and this costs magicka. After that, it's not really that much. Everything else is stamina. If you want to look at my character, I don't have any points of magicka. It's all health and stamina. So look at all these buffs I have right now. They're all gone now. They're all gone now. But look at all these. That's like before I even go into battle, I have all that. So that is my build. And if you'd like to see it in action, just go ahead and follow me on Twitch, and I will edit a clip in so you can take a look at that and see. Hello and welcome to part 2 of my crowd control and tank field commander build. You can follow me at twitch.tv/Mexacutie. That's M3X1CUTIE. Alright, thanks for watching. Alright, so from here we're going to go straight into battle. We've been chasing them for a while. So you see I started with a shield bash, opened up with that, and then I switched to my bow, try and lock them down, get a little DPS because they're running. At this point I turn around and tell my team to start focus on the siege, because if we can take out the siege, they won't light it up, and we'll be able to respawn there if we go down in this battle. My main focus right now is mitigating damage and slowing down the enemy so we can chew them up. I've got my ult built up, so my next thing I'm going to do is try and jump in, get a little bit more CC going, knock some enemies down, just like that, boom. Next, I got some mages focusing me, so I use my bolster maneuver. It's going to reflect some stuff. Now I got 2 mages in front of me. I'm using my venomous arrow, and then my team focuses them. Alright, here we go. Now I say focus the siege again. So I start, this one just falls apart in front of me. I can't even do anything about that. So we're on to the next one. We're on to the next one. We're pushing them back. I'm just shooting arrows willy-nilly because I'm excited. Here we go. Time to jump again. And then, now it's on fire. Fantastic. Alright, moving on. I see that they're trying to pick up their teammates back here, so I'm like, alright, turn around, guys. We're going to keep pushing them back. I try to get my ult off on this guy, but, you know, that weird glitch happens every now and again. Whatever. So, start getting some range on these guys. Lock them down. I get locked down for a second. Boom. Use your stamina pop out of that. Moving forward, I get a mark on this guy, just like this. Pop, there he goes. You ain't getting away from me, Nightblade. Night-night. And that's pretty much how you act like a field commander. Thanks for watching.